So we could see Kildare here, like just the one at Kildare, and that was down to Limerick. And there's another one there, that's in Durham, near Durham. But I have maps of them all. I have them all now. Asking us not to.
Sorry, can I just ask, in any of the previous studies, did they produce a map marking them out, even if they didn't measure the distance? Did they mark
They
them
did,
out?
yeah, but there's only about, I think Pascal showed me one there now.
This is from, what do you call it, so, probably the most recent.
Yeah, yeah. But there's only maybe 55 or 60 of them up there, but you
Okay.
can't see them all there, and you see them, and you kind of see, you can see it actually coming down.
Lennox Burrows.
Yes,
you
yes,
know.
yes,
You can actually see the line of the man, you know.
yeah.
And unfortunately, poor Limerick Leitrim is the only county that has them. So,
Very sad.
I know it would last to get the traffic.
Seems
light.
a rubber way to play with that next.
And then another thing just to ask, you know about the horn that was found, was there any more of them found, or is it just the one in the
I
national?
think there was a few of them, but they
Yeah.
weren't in poor condition.
Yeah.
As far as I know. But that one is up in the national level.
Yeah.
But I would like to, there's a chap down around Limerick or Clare, and he plays that instrument. And I would like to find out, I actually tried to get in contact with him before tonight passed.
But even a hunting horn, and a hunting horn, the distance it travels is phenomenal.
I
You know.
want to maybe if I could go back here past the what did I do there? I don't know what I did. You see what I did there?
Oh yeah, give it a pass whenever it's effective.
Yeah.
That's it, give it a pass, quick fix.
I just something that I found actually incredible. Ask it if I got the map of. I went just to. I did see the one with the windows there. I actually done. I done Kilkenny as well. Kildare has 5. And I checked them, and they're 5/4 of round tower. It's within a 6x6 mile of the windows on them as well.
Points as well, is it?
No, they had 5, you know.
Okay.
They had 5 on the card of the point, Ascot, you know. So, actually, believe me, see from there to there, that's done a more round tower. And from there to Lega Fort is 6.6 miles. You know, see the whole network of communication.
Who mentioned Lega, wasn't it?
Oh, they was very close to where the 1798 copies there at Nelstown there. Actually,
It's on leading for 6 months.
yeah, it is only been 26 months. So what this one? Yeah, that one there. If you were using that particular horn as a communication, and there was somebody stationed in all these particular forts and round towers, to get from the east coast of Ireland to the west coast of Ireland, the warning would have arrived in about 35 minutes. Yeah. Now we're talking about the internet and plus. But in 35 minutes, if you had somebody on sentry duty in each of these positions, and by the time you got to Galway, it would have took 45 minutes.
Look at the fascination today we have with phones and internet and communications and getting things in. You know, why is it any different to somebody 2,000 years ago? Why do we think that it would be any different? Get information as quickly as possible.
And it's a kind of, I won't say normal, it's an obsession of mine, but it's a lot of our history was written by the Anglo-Irish. And we've inherited that, and we've adapted that as part of our history. But in reality, if we do enough research, you will find a lot more that's to be found. And it's nothing against, they happened to Google or they happened, you know, they only presented history as they seen it. But we never took up the mantle, as a new state, we never took up the mantle of saying, let's dig deeper and let's find out more. You know?
Like to be told and educated that the entrance door was up high so that somebody could get up on the ladder and get in. Like how crazy, you know, or who did they think we were? The reason the door is up high is because the actual foundation of the round tower is up off the ground. It's not under the ground, it's off the ground. So it would, having a door any lower would actually affect the stability of the round tower. So that's the reason why the door is up high. So it's nothing to do with. And if you were looking to a round tower for defence, the last place you would go is into a round tower that would have a wooden infrastructure, where somebody can come in and just light a fire and smoke you out, and then you're dead, and you know, smoking inhalation in minutes. So you'd head to the fields, or you'd head to the rivers, or somewhere else. You wouldn't go into a round tower. And this is what we were led to believe and educated, and we were told to accept.
And
now today we find this totally.
And the importance of that tower.
Yeah, but the strange thing is, people will say, oh, sure, Ollie McBride is off his head. But here we're educationalists telling us about round towers and little fat monks going around the place trying to get up into a round tower, you know what I mean? Oh, and we took this as given. So,
just as
you know, that's where the insult, I suppose.
Just as a little aside, that Dr. Petrie won a £50 prize for his presentation. For his presentation, as they've been given by the monks, right? And Henry O'Brien got so disillusioned, he went to England and he's buried in a pauper's grave. And I have to say now, just in case anybody's worried, I have my own thought already. You don't fear me getting
The strange thing is Henry O'Brien proved 23 times.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
When we were going to Square, we were allowed to go to the Danes and the Normans.
Huh?
The Danes and the Normans, that's what the round towers was.
That's more.
The round towers.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, just hold on to a second. Rory, go ahead.
The round towers in the north of Ireland, are any of them in sight of the two that are in Scotland?
There would be, yeah, one in the Isle of Man, the one in Downpatrick. And then there's another up in Island Magee, near Island Magee. I might have it on one of the maps over here.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, up here,
Yeah,
one
is just
up there on Island Magee.
Yeah.
And it'd be just nearly in direct in line with the Isle of Man. But now the round towers in Scotland are on the other side of the coast.
Yeah,
They're not on this side of the coast. And I suspect they're identical to the ones that's built here. And I suspect that the reason they built them was very similar to our own, that it probably was a weak point in their own country, you know. Because they knew, most of these, Ireland knew anyway for sure, that the only way they were going to get here to the Romans was by water. That was the only way they were going to get it. So it made sense to keep an eye on your coast. That's what it was.
Well, you look what the Romans were doing with Hadrian's Wall of the same time period. So,
yeah,
you know, and they had towers on the wall.
but that was to keep us out of the Scots or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So they had to.
Sorry, Joe, yeah.
Ollie, just in terms of trying to date when the construction might have occurred, roughly.
Yeah.
Like I always understood that the Romans were here, hence the name Hibernia, the land of constant winter.
Yeah.
But if that was the trigger to start this construction, it was a massive feat of construction within about 400 years or something like that.
I didn't go less.
Less than
I'd say less than that.
It was a Celtic tiger.
Yes, it was. And when I kind of read all that history about the man, that king coming back from Scotland and Con having the 100 battles and all that, and it kind of just made sense that he was a man coming back and his son to unify Ireland, because he knew if we weren't unified, we were gone, you know. And I just got that impression from reading that type of history, that it nearly was the only time in our history that we were kind of anyway unified, you know, because after Christianity came in, like, you know, the monks used to fight with each other and over monasteries and over different things, but like we lost that central power, you know, but we were never aware, like the Celtic race and culture never was based on central power, and you know, it was mostly based on tools and, you know, never really.
Sorry, one last one.
Yeah, sure.
Is there any other civilization in, I know like, the Roman Empire stretched for a long way, but like, is there any other civilization that would have something similar, or would have something kind of, anyway, that would have learned from this, if this is where they got their idea from, or?
No, definitely not, because Roman ruled since possibly maybe 500 BC, you know.
Yeah.
That's how long the Roman Empire was, and it was nearly 1,000 years of an empire.
But was it not like that they were being pushed east? Sorry, they were being pushed west.
West.
And
Yeah,
was it
for
the Ottomans or
Yeah,
the
but
Genghis Khan or somebody was pushing them
Well,
over
yeah,
west?
slightly, but like Alexander the Great was a part of the Roman Empire. I mean, he founded Turkey and Alexandria and that, you know. So they kind of split a bit, you know. It probably was the beginning of the split, but like Jesus, they would have annihilated the Phoenicians in North Africa, like in Carthage, and in North Africa there was a famous library there that was supposed to be a fantastic library in the book, the lot, and the whole place down. And actually, they reckon that they put salt on the sides so they wouldn't come back. Yeah. So they weren't a very friendly lot anyway. So I just
The
feel
soldiers weren't paid. No Roman soldier was better
They
paid.
worked their salt.
They had to earn their, so whatever they captured, so they were going out to earn their crust, and that was off the land or whatever.
And they were pretty clever, Pascal, because they wouldn't base, say, a French Roman soldier over in England. They'd usually use somebody from the Middle East that they captured as a slave, and then be a soldier over in England, so they'd be well away from home. You know, I mean, there was one particular incident, I think we all know about Spartacus, and what happened to him, and the line, the 30-mile route of dead soldiers to highlight, to make sure there was no more rebellions, you know. So they weren't really a pleasant lot. And I think, I'm going back to the same thing, we were taught that this general said he'd take Ireland in a day or whatever, you know, and I think most of the historians went with that story, but I certainly don't tell you. I think we're pretty vicious, and we were kind of liable for attack, you know. Sorry.
One of the facts is that we weren't invaded anyway, so.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Could I just say, is there anything in our Beirut? I've never really heard anything about this. You know, we'd say in mythology, or, you know, you were talking about Finn Cool, was he mythological, or was he based on reality? And I've never heard of any stories related to, we'd say, from oral tradition about the Round Towers. Is there anything that could be gleaned from oral stories about Round Towers?
No, they haven't. They've never appeared in mythology. They've never just.
But even not so much mythology is, you know, the way it's handed down. I was just thinking.
Yeah, tradition like.
Yes.
Yeah, the old people never called them clichers, like they called them clowns. And clowns was an old stone building. You know, you know, the monks call
Yeah.
them clerics, you know, but they actually, they say the ordinary people just call them clowns, old stone buildings.
There seems to be a huge gap there. You know, there doesn't seem, for some reason, again, this is where, and Marcus King came in and wrote a fantastic study, or did a fantastic study as well, in the mid-19th century. And he started off with the Christian idea, and looked, I don't know whether he looked at mythology, but, and then as he went on, he couldn't find the threads and the evidence and all, you know, the whole, I don't know where the whole idea, I suppose because of the monasteries and the, you know, and the assumptions that were made. But
Yeah.
Marcus Keane looked at it and he thought, you know, these are Christian buildings. And then as he began to examine them more and go to different places, he found that they were less Christian than he initially thought. But
Just when you say mythology, like, there's a lot of things not researched. Like, when I was doing this research, these, you know, and you have it took me 3 years, I believe it or not, between reading and looking back at maps,
it's not
blah, blah,
surprising, is it?
you know, blah blah blah. But anyway, I think I discovered that the Tuatha De Danann is not the Tuatha De Danann at all. They're called Tuatha De Anna, and there was a goddess called Anna. And it just got morphed into the Tuatha De Danann. Now, because I've looked at so many place names, and place names are so vital in analysing history, you know. We've seen the Trim, you know, the town of the Elementary, and an older version in Old Irish.
Yeah. So the Spanish believe that they're, the Basques believe that they're the Venetians. You know,
Yeah,
so there's so many.
But a good example, Pascal, now is